And then the clips like said the funniest, like it'll be like 10-time world champion Santa Cruz does this to a new student on that, because then it hit the jiu-jitsu community. And we had to like hit up people like jiu-jitsu people and be like,
oh, so you wait, is it filming? You were getting heat for that?
tons of heat.
I asked him a question because there was, I know because I've done it. Obviously, I've done the jiu-jitsu thing. I've like showed up and, you go places. I'm friends with the owner. He's like my homie. But then there's the practitioners who are there and they're all, and they know you. So then they're like, oh, I want to this guy.
100%.
Like, I've been in situations with dudes that like, they'll me up too.
Oh, 100%. And so Clav, like, respect to Clav, I was like, yo, he's like, let's spar jiu-jitsu. I'm like, okay. Like, do you want to do a class or anything? He's like, no, dude, I'm trying to get like, he wants to get content.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, dude, like, let's just go. And I'm like, okay. Then on the way there, I'm like, yo, by the way, there's going to be people there that might try to fuck you up because just all the content he does. And I'm like, I won't match you up with them. And he's like, I don't give a match me up with them. Like, Clav is a savage. He absolutely is.
It's good.
And so we get there and that happens. So a dude comes up and is like, I want to roll with Clav. I want to roll with Clav. And it's open mat. It's not like we brought him to a class. It wasn't like a fundamentals class. He wasn't trying to learn jiu-jitsu on strings. He's like, it's boring. Like, I'll do that another time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that dude went kind of hard on him. Like, the takedown was a little hard, but other than that, there's no like risk of injury. And the funny thing about all the clips is Clav was fine after. He was laughing. He's like, that was crazy. Like, that's going to get hella views. And then he's like, I think I'm going to try to learn jiu-jitsu now. But then, of course, the clippers come in and it goes like, 10-time world champion Santa Cruz brings Clav to beginner jiu-jitsu class, and this is what they do. And you're like, that is not what happened. So then it kind of goes in the normal algorithm of it goes like viral in all the normal ways. Then it recently went in the jiu-jitsu world algorithm.
Oh, and then you're like a big, then you're all right.
Yeah, and so luckily we had like people like Tom DeBlas, who's like a legendary black belt, like get the actual story and like clear it up. Like, no, this wasn't a guy that like walked into a fundamentals class and people are going hard on him. This is like somebody who's like, I want to see what's up. Like, show me what's up. I want to spar jiu-jitsu. I'll spar with whoever.
And you told him prior, it sounds like you were just like, yo, they're going to kind of, whoever's going to try to go at you is probably going to try to go at you hard.
Yeah. And
he's
Clav
like,
wants to
whatever.
go viral, bro. Like, that is what he's been amazing at. That's what he's good at. He doesn't want to learn like shrimping on, well, he's doing some learning jiu-jitsu with my buddy Todd Duffy now, which is cool. But yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. How did you get looped in with like the streaming community?
Yeah, I mean, like, I never, like, intended to. I think, like, the first big thing was FaZe Rug had me on a video.
I love Rug.
So he just had me, Rug's the best, dude. And he hits me up because I live in San Diego now.
Yeah.
Rug runs San Diego.
Yeah.
You know, and so he's
I've
like...
driven out just to film with Rug in San Diego.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, he just, like, runs it. And so he was like, yo, let's do a video going to some fast food places. It kind of fits perfectly with his type of content. It's very, like, food-based, you know, a lot of his videos. And so we filmed a YouTube video together where we went to a bunch of fast food places and I showed him like what I would order at these places. And then after that, then a lot of streamers started to hit me up. So then it's like Neon hits me up and Oblivion and then lately like Clav and stuff. And yeah, we have fun, dude. Like I like doing those streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it always sort of like health-based stuff?
It's always health-based. Yeah. Like it's pretty easy for us, bro. Like they'll be like, oh yeah, we want to do like healthy stuff. And it's like, if you're just hanging out with us on a normal Saturday, it's how I live. So I don't have to switch anything up. Just like you. I mean, we just walk in here and you're like, this is just what I do. Like, there's no, you don't, it makes content so much easier, bro. Like I tell people, like, if you don't have to throw on a personality or a fake face for content, you're going to be successful. Like we've all met people who it's different.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that would get so tiring, bro. Like I couldn't imagine that. So if you're just with us on a normal Saturday, like, we go surfing, we might go to jiu-jitsu, we might, cook up some healthy food, might go mountain biking, whatever it is. That's just how we're living. So it's pretty easy.
How did you start to structure what you wanted your content to be? Like I saw you do this locked in thing and like, how did you start to structure that? Cause you're pretty interesting. Cause it's like, it almost reminds me not of the Liver King thing, but like his whole brand was basically a business and your whole brand is basically a business as well, but it's also you.
Absolutely.
So how did you structure how you wanted it to like come across? Because the thing you said about, walking in here and how I make content, how you make content, it's just natural and candid and just real. That can be sometimes hard for people who are like also trying to build a business because it can start to feel salesy and like weird.
100%. I mean, you've done a good job at it. And I think the big thing. I don't even know, but I would guess that you don't have a bunch of people telling you what to do the way you've structured your business.
No,
So you
yeah.
don't have some investor that you check in with in the morning going, hey, we really need to push these specific sweatpants because we have 700 units left. Can you make a video on that? You'd be like, I just want to do what I do.
Yeah.
So the way we've structured the business is I don't have any investors. We've turned down investors over and over again. And we run the company super just simple. And that allows me to just do whatever I want to do with content and be myself. So I think it like does come back to the structure of the business where some of these people, bro, they get some success doing content with the business, but then they go raise a bunch of capital, and now the investors are telling them to do this certain stuff. It gets so weird and messy, and like content's hard enough. If you have people in your ear, you're not going to be yourself. And like a lot of the stuff you're talking about, like the locked in stuff, just completely naturally evolved. So there's no plan to like, I'm going to do this. It's like, I meet this influencer, Cookie King. He lived like right near me in the Bay Area. And he was like, yo, I want to get healthy. And we hang out. We like start going to the gym together.
He met you because of your content? Like
he met me. There's a creator, Lance Baker. He runs Base Body Works. They're a huge hair care brand, like right over there. And he lived right near me. And Cookie King knew him. And we would just kind of hang out and just like normal, like, yo, let's go to the gym. Let's work out. And he's like, yeah, I want to lock in. I want to get healthy. And that Cookie King lore, I don't know if you know all of it, but
No, I don't.
Dude, it evolved into one of the craziest things just on the internet ever. People have made documentaries about it, like on YouTube.
But I don't. So can you explain it to me? Because I kind of don't get it. I know he's like this guy who like films TikTok videos.
Yes,
I've seen that.
Yeah,
like
Cookie King's a great dude. Like anybody who's hung out with him, like Albert loves him. Like everybody who meets him, like love. Okay, so like he's been doing content since he was like a little kid. Like now we have this new generation of people that like.
It's interesting.
He has videos from when he's like 9 years old, like doing content. And he's had all these pages. Sometimes he's crashed out and like deleted pages with like 900,000 followers, you know, which I can't imagine doing like as an adult. I'm like, that's like a very like self-sabotaging move, you know, but these kids just like view it different. But yeah, he just wanted to get in shape, and he kind of went through these like spirals, like trying to get in shape and then crashing out. And like, he's all about humor, bro, but it's also like who he is. So these real videos of him like crash out ordering like 40 items from McDonald's or something and being like, Santa Cruz, I couldn't do it, you know, like I'm crashing out. Then his audience would be like, no, like lock in. And we just filmed all these things, bro, where he would come out and like, you know, like hill sprints, like the legend of the hills, Hillsborough Hills. Like he couldn't do the hill sprints.
In the Bay, Hillsborough.
Yeah. Well, it started in the Bay, and now we have a hill in San Diego area that now people go to and take photos of, like it's a tourist destination, bro. It's insane. But he eventually conquered the hill. He ran his hill sprints, and then recently, like he started kicking it with Clav a bunch. Clav helped him lock in many ways, many other ways, and
Looksmaxxing or what?
Yeah, Looksmaxxing, bro.
What's your take on that?
I mean, there's two areas of it, right? Of like the BP community and the Looksmaxxing community.
Wait, what's BP?
Black pill. Like if you take the black pill, like, and I don't even know.
I get it.
Looks are the most important thing is basically what they're saying. And what Clav says is your life will be significantly better the better you look. And I do agree in a way with that statement, but I do think it gets taken a little bit too far sometimes. And I don't know, man. Like I have love for that community because I think both of us when we were young, like we probably got into working out just purely aesthetics, like vain, like I want to look good. And it did evolve out of that for me, like as I get older. And so
mine was also like I hated myself and wanted to love myself.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And like that's where I think a lot of this comes from. You know, people are just like, I don't look good enough. You know, and I know the dating pool for these young guys is really like just completely cooked right now. They're not feeling like they're not feeling good, you know?
Like the majority of men.
Yeah.
Young men, yeah.
Yeah, young men especially. I think they're feeling like, I don't know, they just have trouble talking to women. They say, you know, girls out there are different now. They're just more evil, which I guess I would agree with. You know, I'm not in that world at all, but just from like what they tell me, I'm like, you know, it's always been tough, but I think it's like a bit more difficult for them right now. So I think the Looksmaxxing community is just like, you need to look as good as possible by any means necessary. And I agree with a lot of the health stuff that they do because there is some health aspect to it. but I disagree. And I've talked with Clav and other people a lot about just some of the more aggressive stuff they do.
Like the hormone stuff young. It's kind of
The
crazy.
hormone stuff young. Yeah. Some of the peptide stuff, it's like, it depends which peptides we're talking about, right? Like, I'm starting to use BPC for my shoulder. Like some of them are very kind of safe. But like, some younger people are getting on GLP-1s. And to Clav's, like, people are like, oh, you defend Clav. I'm like, bro, I'm just saying what he says. It just doesn't go viral when he's like, no young person should be on a GLP-1. That's a horrible idea. He says, like, I did testosterone when I was 14, but it, like, almost everybody who's young should not do that because they're not going to be able to research it properly, do it properly. But that doesn't go viral. So people just think, like, he tells 14-year-olds to get on test.
Right, because they see the clips that do go viral and they don't see, like, the context around it.
Yeah, and, like, like, I'm probably going to get on testosterone when I'm, like, 50 or 60 or something. I just got my labs in the car here. My last labs were fire, bro. I'm at 1,007 nanograms per deciliter. I'm so stoked. Natural.
Really?
Yeah, my last test was 847, and I'm at 1,000. I think it's all this. We had these circadian biology experts on the podcast. Their whole thing is like our circadian biology, like all the blue light we're getting in at night, like when we're playing video games at night. Their like theory is that is so impactful that like if you start to limit that and do some basic stuff in your house and at night, you can improve your endocrine profile like a bunch. And I did some of that over the last 3 months, and I think that's a major reason for those results.
Just sleeping, the quality of the sleep, the REM sleep and all that stuff.
The quality of the sleep, but at night when the sun sets, I make my house like dark. Like it is candlelight. It is, if I have to have a low light, like that salt lamp you have right there, like low light from the ground that is producing less blue light is all I have in my house after sunset.
Yeah, that's funny. Besides my computer screen.
Yeah, no. So
besides my
do you have the blue
screen,
light blockers though?
No, I did. I got to get. I had them and I like lost them because I lose everything. But I for probably the last 8 years, at night I only have red light on.
Yeah,
like I have red lights in my room.
Yeah, because it doesn't suppress melatonin like blue light. And I think we're just in a weird time where we're like more than ever we're telling our bodies like it is daytime at night. Like
like activate.
This is something that I got my degree in anthropology, so I love looking at stuff that revolves around health, like from like that hunter-gatherer ancestor point of view, and just like we evolve to crave certain things like biologically, and like we're hardwired a certain way, and it's been that way for so long that these very recent things, if it's 30 years old, 50 years old, 100 years old, it's so recent that we haven't quite adapted to it yet. And it just kind of throws off like our deep biological reward mechanisms. And like, I think blue light's one of those things.
Yeah. And it's in our hands 100% of the time.
100%. Yeah. And like this new form of media is crazy because you don't know what you're going to get next. So I think it puts people on edge more than ever. Just 20 years ago, bro, maybe less than 20 years ago, when you would go consume some form of media, you knew what you were about to get. So if you sit down to watch a movie, you kind of know what you're getting. If you turn on the radio back in the day, you know what you're getting. Now you kind of have no idea what's coming next. And I feel like it's just putting people on edge.
It's definitely with your dopamine for sure.
Absolutely. But I like it. I mean, like I scroll.
Yeah.
So I can't hate on it, but it's like, all right, this is happening. We have to take measures like against it, or you have to realize it.
Have you ever taken mushrooms and scrolled?
Oh yeah.
Dude.
I've taken mushrooms and done about everything.
Yeah. I was on a good amount of mushroom once, and I was like picked on my phone. You know, like normally I know not to do that, but I remember scrolling and being like kind of like in it, and then like this moment where I was like, I need to get away from this, and I almost felt like I was like sucked into it, like I couldn't get away from
100%.
And so I was like, yo, this is not good. And I'm not saying I don't do it, but I do really try to limit like I'll notice when I'm doing it for too long. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like
100%. Do you have the thing in your brain though that I sometimes get where it's like, this is work? Like I need to see what's going on.
Well,
like,
that's how I rationalized it for like 8 years.
Yeah, me too. I rationalize it like that sometimes.
But it has gotten like 8 years ago. It's way worse now. I think
100%.
the clip thing has, because early on in content creation, it wasn't all just like clip driven. It was like more longer format YouTube, maybe like some Instagram photos and some Instagram videos.
Yeah.
But when they introduced the TikTok and then the Reels to match that, it's just like nonstop. And then the way the algorithm has like, if you watch something for like 10 seconds, you see like 1,000 of those things.
Yeah.
You just get locked in this like cycle that 5 years ago even didn't exist.
So one thing I've worked on doing lately over the last like couple months, because I realize exactly what you just said, is something in my life that I'm interested in that benefits me. I purposely search that in Instagram and TikTok, so it gives me more of that.
Yeah.
So lately I'm into spearfishing. I search like spearfishing, and I watch a few of those videos. And guess what my algorithm is? A lot of spearfishing. Like, I think you can make your algorithm
You can.
some beneficial stuff, like, and like, yeah, I like all the humor, I like all that stuff, but yeah, you just get trapped in it, bro. It's not good.
Mine's all like off-road trucks and RVs and shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's just
in
it.
nature. But it's shit. But no, don't get me wrong. At one point, like, years ago, it's like just all girls. And then at one point, it's like all streamer content.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I see it for sure. You can definitely curate it. But it's hard sometimes just not to get locked in on random. I want to go back to the thing you said about the sort of not sleep study you did, but the focus you kind of had on that and the rhythm.
Yeah.
What are the things that you learned to like alter that have helped you, and you're kind of attributing it to your increased testosterone, like naturally?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple big things. Like, we released a supplement called N-acetylcysteine, NAC. We
I've
combined it
taken
with
that for years.
Yes. So, like, people that are in the know about N-acetylcysteine, but we combined it with alpha-lipoic acid, which is also beneficial in your liver, but NAC is the big one. And when we had this functional medicine doctor on the podcast, he was basically saying how he sees increases in testosterone in folks that take this like reliably. And he thinks it's probably like estrogen detoxification pathways. And so I started taking that in a bit higher doses, and that might be another reason that I was able to up my test like naturally.
Well, higher doses, like 2,000 milligrams.
Yeah, I think I take 1,500 milligrams a day, but I'm really light. Like, you should probably be taking like 2.5 grams of that.
Yeah.
Like, the doctor we had on is a pretty big guy, like lifts a lot. And like, yeah, I think he was like taking like 2 to 3 grams a day of NAC. And I think that, yeah, that's like a big benefit, but it does all just come down to like sleep. It really does. Like, that's like the biggest driver people can make to like change their endocrine health is sleep. So I've just tried to dial that in many ways. We have those sleep caps, obviously, I was showing you, but like, dude, just winding down. It make my
Like
house
supplements
dark.
aside, it's sort of
Supplements
like
aside, bro,
habit.
100%. Like, supplements are great, but if they were able to do like a study where they're like, let's compare taking ashwagandha and lemon balm and valerian and magnesium, which I love all those things, versus somebody doing a 10-minute, meditation at night, making their room and house like dark and actually having like peace in their life, like that person's going to have way better results than a supplement.
Yeah.
So I've tried to just combine both those.
You can't go from fighting with your girl to taking a supplement to getting good sleep.
No. Your cortisol is going to be all screwed up, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, we don't go to like nighttime jujitsu anymore. We used to go to jujitsu at night.
But your CNS has got to be up.
It cooks my sleep, bro. I get back and I'm just like even if it wasn't like a crazy like hard class, like I'm rolling with like my friends. I'm not in like some like you just get home and your brain is like, it's not time to go to bed yet. Like,
Yeah. Well, it's just too much action.
It is.
How did you get started in content? You started I was looking at your YouTube. Was it like 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I started content probably like 7 years ago. So
yeah, you messaged me on Instagram because when I messaged you to reach out, I was like, I don't even know how many years ago it was. I think it was
dude,
a long time
and
ago.
hey, shout out to you, bro. I was telling this on Clav's live streams. He was like, oh, I'm gonna go link up with Brad. I was like, dude, I met you like years ago. I had like no following. I had like maybe like 100,000 on Instagram. You had no idea who I was. And I saw you at Zoo Culture. I'm like, yo, what up, dude? And you were very just like nice. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean,
thank
like,
you.
no, but like, you never know. Like, you were already like extremely popping at that time. And it's like, I've met a lot of people and some people are just dicks, especially when they like now people are really nice to me, right? Because I have like all this following and stuff, but you're just really nice. You're just really cool. And you had no idea who I was. So yeah, that's.
Well, I
shout out to
appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah. And so like I started content. We started this company. My buddy came back from a lab one day in Santa Cruz that he was working in. And he brought back this coconut oil.
The Santa Cruz in the Bay, obviously.
Yeah. And I went to UC Santa Cruz there. And then my buddy and I lived like right next door to each other. He lived with Todd Duffy, former UFC fighter. We're actually linking with today. And he made this like jar of coconut oil mixed with CBD, but like a potent dose of CBD. And so CBD, for anybody that doesn't know, it's like the non-psychoactive part of the cannabis plant.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get you high, but it has like anti-inflammatory benefits. And so we started taking this just like as people who work out a bunch, we surf a bunch, whatever. And we're like, this is great. And then I'm like nerdy into health already, like looking at studies. So then I start researching CBD. I'm like, dude, there's some amazing studies on this, like single dose CBD helping with anxiety before public speaking, benefits for sleep, benefits for inflammatory cytokines. I'm like, this is cool. And then we run out of that jar. I go to the store in Santa Cruz and I'm like, I want to buy more CBD. And I realize all the products there are trash. They're all underdosed, crazy expensive. So I go back to my buddy. I'm like, hold on. Like, how much is this like raw material? Like, it was so basic. And this is what I tell people that are trying to start companies. Like, start with like one thing and like go in on that. You don't need to have 45 products. Like, start with one thing. And that's what we did. We made a CBD coconut oil, a potent CBD coconut oil, and we started selling that. And just like, to friends who are like athletes and stuff. Then we start selling it online. And from there, I realized I have to learn content because it's the best way to advertise your product. And this was back in the day. You post a photo, like a cool photo of like the coconut oil, and it's like, oh, like you get a few sales.
Yeah.
Like, but you just evolve with it and you start, filming yourself, getting better on camera. But what it comes down to, bro, is I'm extremely passionate about health. I'm obsessed with it on and off camera. And I feel like I always will be. So it just came naturally.
When did that start?
That started in college. So I like wasn't healthy. Like I was like healthy in high school, like played sports, but then I started partying a bunch in high school.
For reference, you're in your 30s, right?
I'm 33.
Okay.
Yeah. How old are you?
36.
Okay, yeah. So we're like, I grew up in the Bay Area and I went to high school there. And
Wait, what high school?
Palo Alto High School. Devontae Adams. Yeah.
Okay.
Devontae, Jock
Because I'm
Peterson.
from the Bay. So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I hear that, I'm always like, that's cool.
Yeah. No, it's so funny, bro. I saw the same area code and I'm like, that's hilarious. And so, yeah, I was like, played sports in high school, but then I got like really into partying. And I had a few friends pass away from drug overdoses. You're in the same era. I always tell this story. I just told it on a podcast recently. But like, you're in that same era of like, people were doing like Oxycontin back then. And they didn't fully, like, it wasn't like there's like documentaries now about Oxycontin and stuff. This was like early like days of that.
Yeah.
And people were just like dropping like flies. Like it was bad. So I had two friends pass away from that. And that kind of started me on like this like health. Like, okay, like I need to leave all that behind. So I started doing like basic health stuff. And then when I enrolled in UC Santa Cruz and I started getting my degree in anthropology, you take medical anthropology classes. And that's when like a light bulb switch went off in my head of you're researching our hunter-gatherer ancestors. And it was like, dude, they have no obesity. They have no depression. This one thing, like I was struggling with like skin issues back then. And this one anthropologist went to this island and he was a dermatologist and an anthropologist. And he was like, yo, this island doesn't have a word for acne. And he like did like medical examinations of thousands of people on this island. They had like perfect skin. So like, wait, what's going on there? They don't have skincare. They don't have like all the normal my Western medicine doctors telling me. And it comes down to diet, lifestyle, all this stuff. Then I start doing some of that stuff and getting into that like primal living a bit.
Yeah.
Some of the Liver King type, which we did meet up with Liver King later in life.
I saw that.
That was fascinating. And I just started to get so like way healthier through all this stuff. And I'm like, I need to tell everybody about this and I need to research it more. And I got obsessed.
Yeah. It is truly interesting how, I guess it's just money and greed, how our most basic things are so overshadowed by just like, buy this thing, buy that thing. And I'm not even talking about in the supplement space, just food, consumerism, everything is like, it's weird how we've created a society where there's a lot more that hurts us than helps us.
100%.
Obviously, there's a lot of people like you. I would consider myself, I mean, even Liver King at a point, I don't know what he's necessarily doing now besides threatening Joe Rogan, but
It's out there.
there's I don't know. I don't understand how people don't recognize how much, or maybe they do recognize and they just feel helpless. How much sort of modern society is like really bad for them.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, I don't know, the 5G or the blue light stuff or the artificial sweeteners or the dyes or the seed oils and all this stuff. Like it's sad because it's like, it's all just at someone else's benefit financially to like cut cost or have a margin or have a new product.
100%.
Do you ever think that it like, I think people like you, even, like Liver King or people who, or who's that other guy? I got to have him on. I've been trying to
Paul Saladino?
Paul.
Yeah, I'll link you up with Paul. He's a good dude.
Yeah, no, I got his number, but I've been trying to get him on. I was going to get him in LA, but there are people like fighting that fight. I wonder if at any point do you think it ever becomes even more mainstream.
Mhm. I think it sort of is with the young generation. They're really interested in health. And like I see it when I do these meetups, bro. Like we have thousands of people come out to these meetups. And like, yeah, I'm like an influencer. Like I do some like stuff that's just fun, but like I'm just talking about health. And I was able to sort of break through this like algorithm where people know that like, like all I talk about is health. And like I'm in this like world of like one of the people on the internet. So people are definitely interested in health. But you're right, like the modern society does stack the odds sort of against you.
100%.
And if you don't live a little bit different and weird, I call it weird, like I'm glad I live weird, then you are kind of screwed.
Which
like,
is funny because weird is just like more human.
more human.
It's like,
Dude, like so
why
much
is
of the
it
stuff I
weird?
talk about too is so recent. Like I did a video on how like I had my wife buy like all like natural fiber, like rugs and like furniture. And people are like, I'm like, it's just, and I feel them. Like it's crazy expensive. It's so difficult nowadays. Like even our couch is like, fucking us up. Like this couch is probably polyester, dog. And
I
it's
know
like,
I gotta get a
it has
cotton
some
one, huh?
flame retardants. It's like off gassing radiator. And these are minor things in the grand scheme of health.
Right.
But like, the funny thing is, up until about 1960, no couches were made from polyester and had flame retardant sprayed on them. Like these are recent things that have come in. And
Well,
just,
have you seen can you pull up the thing when it's like teenagers now are like have testosterone of like 70-year-olds?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like
100%.
like 70-year-olds like in the teenagers then in the 40s or like the 50s, whatever. Everyone's like hormones, everything was way better.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. Like it's you look at a chart of our testosterone levels and it's collapsing, and that's one health metric everyone's obsessed with, and I like the obsession with it. Like testosterone's a great thing to optimize, and like when you have high tests, like you feel good. You know this, like you just are more confident. It's not so, like people think of it as something of like testosterone equals muscles, but it's also like your neurotransmitters and stuff. Like
Yeah.
the very actions that you will take in your life and your like feelings of being able to like go to a job interview and crush it, like being able to approach a girl, being able to go like if you I kind of want to go do a new hobby like mountain biking, but you're too scared to and you just don't. That could be low testosterone. Like it drives you in different ways. But there's other health biomarkers.
I'm obviously a big proponent of testosterone. I mean, it's like it's who you are.
Yeah, it's
Like
what makes you a man. I mean, it's literally like in the uterus, like testosterone starts to come in and like it forms you into a man.
Yeah, your everything, like your brain capacity, your decision making.
Mhm.
They even say like people who like have higher testosterone are less likely to lie and like all this sort of
Yeah, 100%. And it's super important. I'm glad that's one thing I guess like we were just saying like young people are like super aware of. And it's become
more
like a
than
meme.
ever. More
They'll
than
be
ever.
like neon has 118 nanograms per deciliter testosterone. Like they roast neon for that, which I bet he has higher testosterone than that, but I haven't seen like his lab
Nah,
work.
he does. I don't think he does. I've seen him. I've been around him enough to know
Dude, he
probably
just did
doesn't.
some mushrooms. I watched some of his stream. He did some shrooms, which is I think good. You're just saying you've done mushrooms a few times.
A lot, yeah.
I have too, and I don't like. It's a weird
It's
thing.
a very Santa Cruz thing of you.
Yeah, very exactly.
But
I
don't mean Santa Cruz
No,
like you.
100% the city,
I meant
yeah.
Santa Cruz the city.
Oh, 100%, bro. There's
Yeah.
probably 500 people right now on mushrooms in Santa Cruz, dude.
If not more.
But like, I don't like promoting it or like talking about it too much because like, you're the same way. Like, we got a young audience and it's like a pretty nuanced thing. Like,
yeah.
but
yeah.
I've gone deep into that world. I've been to the jungle. I've done ayahuasca. I've done shrooms, and I found benefit from it. Yeah, have you found benefit from it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not like it solves all your problems, but like if your life is already pretty dialed in and you want to like look deeper into other things, like I feel like it can be beneficial.
Yeah, it's all about set and setting. Like you can't just be like, you're not going to do it at a party and get some sort of great benefit from it because all the stimulus is not what you need. Like it's more like, okay, if you're going to do something, do it with an intention behind it, how you're going to do it, what you want to figure out, what you're trying to learn. Yeah, I definitely am not recommending that young kids just take a bunch of mushrooms and fuck off.
No, we've seen we know a lot of buddies who are just still out there, right? Just kind of wandering around,
Yeah,
just-
you need to sort of like carve what it is that you're doing with it and what the purpose is. So when did you experience that stuff? Was that along the health journey or was that early on?
That was along the health journey. I mean, like I messed around with it in not like the proper way in like college and high school, just like eating mushrooms with this guy and like wandering around, which can be fun. But then when I was like into health already, like I went to the jungle, did ayahuasca with my girl, now wife. And I've done other shroom trips, in there.
Which jungle did you go to?
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, someday I kind of want to go to like deep in the Amazon, but
Like
I
Colombia.
mean, the Costa I would honestly just go back to the place in Costa Rica. Like it was kind of nice, but like you're still like in the jungle, So I'm like, something goes wrong. Like Costa Rica's pretty nice.
Yeah, like the real jungle. You just like, there's nothing out there.
Yeah, no, there's nothing out there. I don't. Yeah.
Well, you
And
got to travel a couple hours to get there.
Oh
through the
yeah, dude. I
jungle?
watched like Aubrey Marcus. He runs On It, or used to run
Yeah, I
On
know
It.
Aubrey, yeah.
Yeah, and like like his thing back in the day, like he was like really out there. Like shout out to Aubrey, but yeah, like that stuff's intense, man. And I feel like I've learned a lot from it. I microdose now. Do you microdose?
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of frequently. I mean, yeah, dude. I'm same here. Yeah,
I did
love
it yesterday.
it. Yeah.
And 3 days before that,
How much do you take?
a microdose, it's 300 to 500
I was gonna say, yeah,
milligrams.
that's like what you take. I'm lighter, so I'd be taking like 200. Probably
Yeah.
getting to like the same place.
But
as
when you microdose, you're not like feelings. You're not like, oh my God.
No, it's just like it's subtle, bro. It gives me energy. I like doing it during the day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't really feel it too much. I might up the dose a little bit if I'm like snowboarding with my boys or something, and it gets like pretty euphoric for me. I try to not like overdo it though, because I do believe in like the phrase like there's no biological free lunch. Like it is kind of like stimulating for me. So like I take some days off and weeks off
Yeah.
sometimes. But
What's your perspective on, speaking about stimulants, on caffeine usage?
yeah, I use caffeine. I drink coffee. I'm just very mindful of when I do it and how much I do. So like if it's past 12, I won't have coffee if I somehow missed having my coffee. But almost every day I'm having my caffeine between 9 and 11 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm just doing like a good cup of coffee. It's probably like 100 milligrams of caffeine.
And the reason for that is because of the sleep cycle. I'm
because of the
assuming.
sleep. Caffeine has a half-life, depends on genetics, but about 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
I know you know all this stuff because you're pretty deep in this world, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
But I'm asking, to be
yeah,
fair,
so people can know. So like
for sure.
6 to 8 hours half-life of caffeine. So like when people are having their 100 milligrams of caffeine in the afternoon, or even like 200 milligrams, like some people are doing, you can think of it like this. If you're lying down, you're trying to go to bed now, it's 11 or 12, and someone wakes up and they go, hey, do you want to take a 50 milligram caffeine pill? That's the same thing as what you're doing in your body. You're going to have 50 milligrams or 100 milligrams for some of these people of caffeine in your system while you're trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And they've done studies on this, and it messes with your sleep architecture. Some people can still fall asleep quick, like their sleep latency was good, but they're still not getting as much deep or REM sleep. So, I mean, there's stimulant-free pre-workouts out there. You have your caffeine, but just, cut it off earlier in the day.
Yeah. I never drink caffeine past 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Ever. Otherwise, I know that'll f my sleep up.
100%. So I'm a fan of it though. Yeah, I mean, it's like people worry about cortisol. This like term cortisol. They're like, cortisol is bad, like cortisol. And it's like, when you talk to these functional medicine doctors, like, no, you want cortisol in the beginning of the day, and it's just supposed to drop throughout the day. And so if you're like doing activities that lower your cortisol, like even taking ashwagandha in the morning, like a lot of people do, like I'm not a fan of that. Doing like very relaxing stuff. And like if I schedule like deep tissue body work, I'm doing it in like the second half of the day. If I'm trying to do something chill, like I'm trying to do it later in the day. Like I want my cortisol, I want some caffeine. I want to get going in the beginning half of the day.
I see. So what does your actual day look like, supplement wise, routine wise, like diet wise? And we'll get into diet stuff in a little bit.
How many hours you got? No, I'm just joking. Like I can summarize it. I mean, I wake up, first thing I do is I go outside and hydrate, just water, electrolytes.
You sun your butthole or what?
I get naked in the sun, but I'm not one of these dudes.
I knew it.
Of
I
course.
knew nothing about this,
Bro.
and I
might get naked out here. I see
Be
the sun
honest, you
peeking
showed
through-
your ass to the sun at least
I
once.
have. Oh, dude, well, my stretching routine is vigorous. My hydration and stretching routine.
Knew
And
it,
the
bro.
sun's peeking through right now. I might get naked in your backyard.
I knew it.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Abood Bakri, who we just had on, went one of the best things he's done for his testosterone levels. And this dude's an MD, like super dialed in. He has he gets naked sun, but he has like a light for his balls, like a particular one, not even like a red light. Like it's like multiple. So there is some, validity to it. But I get outside naked in the sun, 100%.
Have you ever iced your balls?
I ice my balls every time I get in the sauna. Every single time.
After the sauna, obviously.
No, in the sauna.
In the sauna.
So Brian Johnson, the dude is trying to live forever, which
Yeah.
I disagree with some of the stuff he does, but he does like pretty cool, like, videos and like he does like a lot of cool stuff. a lot of weird stuff too. But he just did a big thing on sauning. Like yeah, he kind of acted like he like invented. He was like, he's like the sauna like revolutionized my health. It's like, bro, people have been doing this forever. But
Yeah.
what was cool is he did a bunch of blood work, and I think midway through his protocol, he wasn't icing his balls, and he noticed like decreased sperm count, some endocrine issues, and then he started icing his balls in the sauna, and it all went away. And he even experienced a rise in his testosterone, in his sperm count. So I've been icing my balls in the sauna. It's so simple, just ice pack, boom, put it on there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think if you're taking testosterone, all these other things still affect or still matter?
I mean, now you're talking kind of the Clav point of view, where Clav goes, listen, like I like Santa Cruz, but all this stuff you have to do to raise your test is so difficult. I'd rather just blast test from a young age. And he honestly, like he makes a good point. Like that's one way to get there, but I think health is, I look at it more of like a holistic approach and like a bit of longevity. And taking tests, like it definitely works. But like there can be complications. And if you're not dialed in, if you're not doing blood work with a doctor, you can run into issues. You can run into fertility issues. You can run into just complete shutdown. Like even like traveling for some people, like when they're taking tests, like they got to be like, oh, like I have to bring this to like Mexico. I can't just like go like 2 weeks without my test. It's a whole thing, man. And he wonders too, Clav wonders too, but like I really wonder how many 14, 15, 16-year-olds are going to kind of like view it as like, all right, let me buy it. Let me start doing it. And like they might run into some issues.
Yeah, well, I think the age thing is a problem. I don't think you need to be doing. There's so many other things. Obviously, you can do these things whether you're older or younger, but the age thing in general is just. I think if you rely on exogenous testosterone, you're affecting not just like your hormones in the moment and then like the longevity of it, but you're affecting your ability to do things or to like orchestrate your life in a way without the thing.
100%.
And then you become reliant on the thing.
Reliant on 100%.
So there's like, that's the greater problem to it, I think, is that you take this thing and you go, oh, now I need this to have this. And then you become reliant on that. And then the things you do that actually are really beneficial, you put less emphasis in like power to those.
For sure.
And then you kind of like worry about them less. And then these are all the other things that in the long run are 10x more important. Not that testosterone isn't important.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in that community sort of look at working out as like a joke. Like they say like basically I just don't agree with it. Like they say the gym sucks, like working out sucks. Cookie King has a joke, I don't like working out because it hurts. And like they genuinely say, and they're like, I don't like going to the gym, which it is like a personal preference. Like, but some of them say like nobody likes going to the gym. And like, I couldn't disagree with that more. Like I genuinely do like doing these things, whether it be an outdoor activity or going to the gym. I'm going to go to your gym after and lift. Like, it's just like, we're like, oh, let's go get a pump and it'll feel great. Like it's a fun time. You socialize with people. I lift the weights and I feel like really good. I get like a euphoric feeling. And then like everything just hits different. Like the food hits different later in the day. I like it. I love the routine of it, but they say they don't like it. And so they'd rather just kind of take tests and work out minimally to get the results that they want, which are aesthetic.
Yeah. But then you, like I said, you create those habits that are just like in the long run, really you. Like if you're avoiding something like that is so beneficial, you just even outside the aesthetic, like the mental aspect of it is so beneficial to your life.
100%.
I see it. I also, you know what I noticed? Cause this tends to happen with like content just in general on the internet and how people like follow trends that work. I was on Twitter and I saw some like random guy who was like, you could tell was sort of mimicking, you know how like, the influencers in the fitness space, there was popular ones and then everyone kind of mimicked them. And then these ones and everyone kind of mimics them. I saw some guy seemingly like mimicking, I guess, sort of Clav or like the Looksmaxxing thing. And he's like the streamer and he's like out, I don't know where this guy's at, but he's like yelling at some chick to like get on camera because she said he was ugly or something like that. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter and he's like, you stupid, like show your face on camera.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend is there being like, yo, dude, don't say that. Obviously the boyfriend's a lot smaller than this other guy who's like, looks like he's younger on test and bigger. And he's like pressing this girl in public. And I'm like, oh man, don't tell me we're going in this weird direction.
Well, dude, we are going in this weird weird ass direction, bro. I mean, that's like one of the big things with a lot of this content of like, I don't know, man. Like I get like there's a lot of anger from young men at women right now, and I think this is one of the reasons a lot of this type of content's blowing up because, bro, these guys go out, they get rejected by girls, they're not happy with the economy plays into this. They're like, I can't make money, I can't get girls,
Yeah.
and then they see a streamer kind of dogging a chick, going up to her and being like, you're ugly, like you're busted, and walking up to a chick and being like, you are fat, and it hits a soft spot in their heart because they're like, hell yeah,
Yeah.
like.
That makes them feel a little vindicated.
Yeah, it makes them feel vindicated and like, I don't know, man. I was raised to be respectful to women. I get what a lot of these guys are talking about, but I'm like, it's not nothing I would do ever.
Yeah, certain ways to go about it. My concern is just like the copycat thing, because like then the copycats, like if you go down the line, like they just start to get really.
They have to do more.
Yeah.
They have to do more. Yeah, it's so crazy, bro. And like, I'm actually gonna start streaming in 2026, and one of the like things we talked about was like, bro, we're gonna bring like a different thing to streaming. We're getting all like these like waterproof setups and like all this stuff. And we're just gonna do like we're gonna go spearfishing on stream. We're gonna go surfing on stream. We're gonna like mountain bike, all the stuff we talk about, and like we're gonna just like do like these healthy streams. Like, of course, I'm not gonna pull in like 20,000 viewers like if I'm out at a club like yelling at OF chicks or whatever. But it's like I don't care. I don't give a so like
I'm down.
It's gonna
I'll
be
do
fun.
those streams with you, bro.
Let's go, dude.
That
Yeah, you
sounds
said you
fucking
surfed
fun.
a bit. That's we gotta
I've
get you
done
back.
surf, snowboard, everything, man.
Snowboarding, so, bro.
I'm going up soon. Actually, my brother works out in June in sometimes Mammoth, I think, as a ski patrol.
Oh,
It's,
dude.
like,
Let's go.
beautiful right now.
So our buddy Joe is obsessed with skiing so much. He has a house in Mammoth and Tahoe this year. Every year it's gotten more. He used to like have a little shack in Tahoe. Then as he's made more money, he just gets more and more. Now he's like, I have a house in Mammoth and in Tahoe. So like we're gonna go a lot. There's a flight too into Mammoth.
Yeah. They have that airport.
Yeah. So we flew in from San Diego. There's one from LA.
I got
to
that
Mammoth.
Sprinter. I just drive up there and sleep in it. I
That's
sleep right
beast.
at the lift.
Dude, we got dude, a snowboard stream would be so sick, and like we have like all the ability to film this stuff. We have a buddy.
But to stream, it's like you're gonna have to have like, I guess can you do it from a phone?
You can do it from a phone. You can do it from a
But the service is
Samsung.
kind of
Out there, yeah, the service might be rough. We're figuring out ways around it. And then like we have a buddy who's like a pro big wave surfer and like shreds on the snowboard, obviously. So like filming it, like he could probably like really film it well. So we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, I'm stoked.
that sounds like a lot of fun.
It's
I
gonna be
want to
fun.
do those streams. I'm down to go with you for sure. This
Yeah,
is what I do anyway.
Exactly. Like I'm just like I'm not gonna worry about this, and I'm just gonna like do some fun on stream, and if people want to watch, they can watch.
What do you enjoy doing the most now besides just talking about seed oils and
Exactly.
sweeteners? And...
I like that. And then
But
surfing-
what's the real beef with seed oils though? Like,
oh yeah,
is it because of the way that it's produced, the way that it's
So,
processed?
I am not as intense as Paul Saladino is, for
Yeah, I was gonna
example,
say,
about
Paul.
seed oils. Like he like will never eat seed oils. I do videos going to In-N-Out, going to Chipotle. Plenty of videos being like, yo, Chipotle is like a good option. Yeah, they use some seed oils, but it's like it's not like the first thing when it comes to health, like it's not even in the top 10, honestly. But seed oils, there are tons of highly intelligent people that are really anti-seed oils. And what you see is basically this Western medical community going, no, seed oils lower LDL cholesterol. So they're fine. You should eat them. But then you have people that I follow going, well, it's not as simple as just LDL is like the bane of all our existence. If your LDL's high, you need to get on statins and you do anything you can, including eating seed oils to lower it. It turns out it might be more nuanced. And I think it's going to hit the Western medical community in about 10 years where they go, hey, we're actually dropping where you just go to your doctor and they just look at your LDL. And if your LDL's high, you need to get on a statin. It's going to be like a heart health passport. So if your HbA1c is low and your triglycerides are low and your inflammatory biomarkers are low, if you have good VO2 max, which is like the most basic, you see Dr. Peter Attia talking about this a bunch, like, oh, turns out if you can like run and you have decent cardio, turns out that's a really good biomarker for how well your heart health is going to be. So I think we're going to create this sort of passport of how healthy your heart is, and it's not just going to be LDL. So that's the main argument for seed oils is they lower LDL, and saturated fat like butter, ghee, coconut oil, those raise LDL. So thus avoid those and just eat the seed oils. And then you look into people like Dr. Tetsumori Yamashima. He's a neurosurgeon out of Japan. He's written papers on how he thinks the consumption of heated seed oils can lead to Alzheimer's. You can look at a recent study where they compare the frying performance. They just heat up these different oils, and they heat up beef tallow, they heat up rice bran oil, and they heat up soybean oil, I believe. And they found more benzoate-pyrene, which is a carcinogen, in the seed oils versus the tallow. So I just like I love olive oil. I feel like the seed oil community and the anti-seed oil community can find like common ground in extra virgin olive oil, which is a fruit. It's not a seed. And olives, bro, I mean, you can look at like old school olive oil production, which people still do, where, bro, you literally press olives with a spoon in a big thing and you will get olive oil. That's how simple it is.
Or
Seed
you can
oils-
match seed oils and nicotine.
seed oils and nicotine?
Yeah, see?
Bro.
Alzheimer's, but then fight the Alzheimer's. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Are you a big nicotine guy?
yeah.
Oh, dude, I knew it. I knew it, man. Oh, you're just a lot of people that have like demanding jobs, I would say, or just like really on it, are like on the nicotine.
Yeah.
And like with
I
nicotine,
don't vape though.
that's good.
Vaping is
Yeah,
It's
vaping's
very
clearly,
dumb.
yeah, like you're coating your lungs and like some like experimental shit. My thing with nicotine is, okay, one, they talk a lot about Alzheimer's. There has not been one study actually showing nicotine prevents or staves off Alzheimer's. There's some theoretical stuff. I find it interesting, don't get me wrong, but it's like this. I am really skeptical that it's just big tobacco kind of rebranding itself and they really push the like nootropic effects of the Zins. I know when you take a Zin, you feel nootropic effects, right? Like it's for sure. My worry isn't somebody that might occasionally use this stuff or, you know, whatever. My worry is how people are actually using it, which is frat kids doing 10 pouches a day. I just did a podcast with Jack Neal. Shout out Jack Neal. And he's like hammering his caffeine. I'm like, you're on a lot of stimulants. He's like, he's on like 12 Zins a day. And it's like, bro, you have this thing and you're getting an intense dopamine rise for sure. And all your like norepinephrine, your adrenaline are getting blasted up. That's why you feel this like locked in focus when you take a Zin. People are doing that at night. People are doing that before they sleep. You're going to blunt those dopamine receptors and you're going to need more nicotine to get that same effect. And then if you combine that with scrolling on Reels for 6 hours a day, like so many people are, I worry about just dopamine issues. And I think we see that in young people. You see this combination of basically it's called anhedonia. Like you don't care about anything. Like young people, like they don't care about anything. Nothing like piques their interest, yet they have low level anxiety constantly. And I think that's literally a recipe for that. Zins and short form scrolling media. That's what you see with like almost every young person.
Do you think
now.
it can be done in a good way?
Yeah, maybe like a few milligrams in the morning if I were a Zin user, something like that, and just kind of stick to that. You don't do it at night. Take some days and weeks off, you know, but still I'm not. And then there's like, this is definitely, we don't know this yet, but there is like an interesting PubMed paper, which is like a cell culture study. So just like little petri dish study where it says just nicotine is helping the proliferation of oral cancer cells. So that's like a slight concern for me. And it's like, yeah, like why would I pick up this habit? You know, like oral cancer is nasty, man. They gotta saw off people's jaws and it gets dicey. So yeah, quit them Zins.
Worse
man.
than bone smashing, probably. Huh?
Yeah, it's anti-bone smashing. When you look up somebody that has they get their jaw like they don't look good. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think the number one thing someone can do for their overall health is? Like, what's the best thing?
Yeah.
Best habit, best thing. Yeah.
The number one thing somebody can do for their health is a morning routine. Because like, bro, if you're not starting off your day with basic stuff, like I wake up, I hydrate outside and I do like a mobility and stretching routine. And I've done that every single day for over a decade now. And I do it wherever. If I'm on a trip, I do it. It's the most basic thing. It's free. Like I say, I drink water with electrolytes in the morning, but just put a pinch of sea salt in some water, go outside, get light in your eyes, start to stimulate that cortisol and drink some water, hydrate yourself. Dude, people wake up and they don't drink water till 11 a.m. It's so like you start out this good routine, mobility, like fix your posture, boom, like posture affects your testosterone. Like we know this stuff. Start there. It takes 5 to 7 minutes. If you can't do that, then like you shouldn't look towards a supplement. You shouldn't look towards anything else, honestly. If you can't dial in the first 7 minutes of your morning.
Yeah. Okay. What about, what do you think the number one supplement someone is? The number one supplement that someone can take to benefit their health is?
I think the number one supplement is going to be magnesium. So like, dude, I eat so healthy, bro.
I think it's vitamin D.
Well, vitamin D, yes, but you can like get it from the sun, you know. We sell vitamin D. I love vitamin D.
Okay.
But like magnesium, why I'm so big on that is I put my food sometimes in a chronometer and look at all the micronutrients and I eat very healthy. I will still fall a couple 100 milligrams short in magnesium just because the soil our food is grown in doesn't have as much magnesium. You know, like it's just tough sort of to get from the diet. And so I supplement with a few hundred milligrams of magnesium glycinate every day. It's really affordable. It's just easy, and like I think everybody should take it.
Yeah. Okay. What are the top 5 supplements you'd say?
The top 5 supplements. So I have like 2 groups on this, but I'm going to tailor it for people that work out because it's your podcast. I would assume people are working out.
Hopefully.
Like it's dumb for me to say, but I don't care because I run the company. If you don't work out hard, you do not need to take electrolytes. Like I sell electrolytes, but they're built for people who work out. There's multiple studies on this. There's one on the Philadelphia Eagles, which I love talking about. It's football season. Where they're sweating out, like the big boys are sweating out 30 grams of sodium in a training camp day. And the smaller people, still big guys, like quarterbacks, linebackers, running backs, they're sweating out 7 to 8 grams of sodium. So when you're working out, you're losing multiple grams. So I really like the good salt-based electrolyte where it's balanced with sodium, potassium, magnesium. I put vitamin D up there. I like taking vitamin D with K1 and K2.
Yeah, me too.
Magnesium, I would put at number 3. Creatine at number 4. If you're not taking creatine now, I don't know why. Like it's the most studied supplement. It helps your brain health. Like if people are vain and just watching it, it helps your skin health. Like you have ATP in different organ systems. Your skin is your body's largest organ system. It helps everything. It's so easy to take. It's so affordable. There's no reason to not take it. And then 5, I would put that N-acetylcysteine.
Okay. Isn't it crazy how creatine at one point, I swear to God, when I was 16, they were like, that's a steroid?
Oh, bro, my mom would take it away. She'd take it away, bro. I had to like sneak my creatine. You were probably doing the same shit I was, like a NO Explode and all that. Yeah, dude. Oh, I would like take some NO Explode.
It's just funny how things change. Like how I don't know why back then it was like painted that way.
Yeah.
It was painted like a steroid. It was insane.
It was coming more from like the bodybuilding community. Like I remember when I started lifting weights, like the bodybuilding stuff was like really prevalent. There wasn't as much of like athletic like kind of training. Hybrid training wasn't a thing. That's like the thing now. People just run and lift weights and they're a hybrid athlete or whatever. But that's like a big thing now. But there just wasn't as much of that. So it was all like bodybuilders.
But where did this, like, why did it come? I guess because it was related to bodybuilding, they thought it was like a steroid.
Yeah, and it's like a powder. That like scared people. Like a white powder that you're taking. Like what? Like, yeah, that freaked a lot of people out. But
protein was fine then. It was a powder. It's essentially a white powder.
Protein was fine. Yeah, like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, creatine has so much research behind it now. It's so beneficial. Like if you get one night of bad sleep, you can take 20 grams of creatine and offset like a lot of that. Just mitochondrial health is going to be the next big thing in the next, 3 to 5 years in health. Everyone's going to be talking about mitochondrial health. CoQ10 is a great supplement for that. There's mitochondrial peptides and stuff like that. A lot of people in like the jiu-jitsu community that we know are like blasting these mitochondrial peptides and stuff. And they're like, I have unlimited cardio. I don't know what that's going to cause in like 10 years for them, but they're beasts. We've rolled with some of them and they don't stop. Our buddy was like, I take Mot C. I never get tired. And like, he's like jacked like you. We're like, that's a problem, bro. Like you're that jacked and you never get tired. Like your body doesn't like.
Never get tired doing jujitsu is insane.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing ever.
He did win like a world. He did get injured though. Shout out Ian. But yeah, yeah, he's a beast. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. All this new peptide science.
Yeah, the peptides for sure. It's getting crazy. I think, what do you think are you've only done it sounds like the inflammatory one, the BPC.
Yeah, I've done BPC and TB500. I have like that blend. And I just got a bunch of blood work done. Like I was saying, like got some like results back and I'm going to meet with, this doctor who's like, we had on the podcast that's really pro like peptide and hormones, but he's an MD. I feel like he's really intelligent with this stuff. Like I had him on to bring some like a voice of reason or at least expertise for the whole Clav thing. Cause like Clav's pretty smart, man. And like a lot of what he says is like, it makes sense, and he has like the research to back a lot of the safety stuff with peptides and even testosterone. Like he'll say something that's fair to say like, oh, like the current research shows like TRT like is not dangerous. It's like 100%, bro. But there is not a study on a 14-year-old taking TRT because it wouldn't get approved.
Right.
You can't do that. So it's all kind of theoretical. So yeah, we had on this doctor to kind of break stuff down and I chose somebody that's very pro peptide and pro hormone to sort of, and yeah, like he was saying, bro, like he was like, if you're a teenager, you don't even need to do all the stuff I talk about. He's like, if you sleep well, eat enough and lift some weights and maintain like relatively like low body fat, not like crazy low body fat, but just like somewhere in the middle, you'll have high test 100%. So
yeah,
you don't need to go on test.
Yeah. It's like, I guess I don't know. There's that like there's an obsession that sort of happened around the younger generation to like have everything now. I think it's like also in just relationship to the social media world
Yeah.
because it's like everything's so much more accessible. I think that, which I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I think the testosterone thing at a super young age is probably likely a bad thing. Then again, there aren't studies on it, so
Yeah.
you know, probably fertility wise, it's certainly probably a bad thing.
For sure. Yeah. And like you can like restart that process. But yeah, you better be getting like some lab work done. Like, I don't know. It just seems a little complex for me. But yeah, man, you're right. People just want instant results, bro. Like a teenager will see you flexing in the gym at Zoo Culture and be like, I want that. How do I get that quick? And like they
Yeah,
don't know. Like you've been lifting for, I'm guessing, a very long time.
yeah, yeah,
And, but they want it now, bro. And I get that. I get where that comes from. I have some empathy for that. But it's like, just don't f up your body, bro. Like, and you do see like a lot of bodybuilders that go hard with stuff dying young, and that might not be because of testosterone. It might be because of a combination of a lot of gear, maybe some alcohol use, whatever it is. But it's like I have heard young people in the Looksmaxxing space be like, I don't care. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Like I don't like living past. Like I don't. I just want to like go hard now. And like I can assure them, you could probably assure them too. It's like, bro, I'm 33. There is zero chance I would be like okay dying at age 40. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, life is
yeah.
dope.
No,
And life does get kind of cool when you're in your 30s. Like, if you like put some effort into life and go hard and you have a good friend group and you have, good relationships, it's one of the most fun times in life because now you actually have the money to do shit that your friends talked about when you guys were 18, 19 years old. That's where
yeah,
I'm at now. I'm sure you've experienced a lot of that.
yeah,
It's so fun. You just know life a little better. You're not in kind of this like panic anxiety state, as I'm sure we both were in like our early 20s. It just
yeah,
this life.
man.
And it's so fun. And like I feel like people like view being like 30 or 40 as like, oh, like I don't care about if I'm dead, if I had a good, it's like you won't be like that. You won't think that.
I agree, 100% agree. I mean, my early 20s, yeah. I mean, I was obviously building all the stuff that I have now, but man, my levels of anxiety was like through the roof, man. And
Yeah.
now it's just like completely gone,
Yeah.
like non-existent almost. I'd have to take like a bunch of stimulants to be like, oh, wait, it's back.
Yeah.
But it's gone, man. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was in it, I was like, this is gonna be the rest of my life.
Hmm.
I thought for sure that like I was gonna always just do this like wave feeling of like good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. And man, that is gone. So
Yeah.
you're right. There is like there does come a point, I think, where everything just feels more manageable.
Hmm.
And I think if you set yourself up like you're saying, just like I get that idea that, I'm here for a good time, not a long. And we are that way.
Yeah.
Like humans are, our life is, in the grand scheme of things, very finite. But you're right. You do get to a point where everything is a little bit more relaxed. You can enjoy more of what you probably could have enjoyed throughout, but you were clouded with anxiety or bullshit, whatever's going on in your life that you're like building. And the thing too, I think people forget to realize is that the thoughts and the feelings and like the anxiety itself, it's also a driving factor. And it's also like you shouldn't try to always avoid it. You shouldn't try to
100%.
numb it. It is actually what got me further in my life than not.
Yeah.
Right. Because it was the thing that made me worry about all the little details, or it was the thing that made me like second guess what I was doing so that I would have a better idea to do something better the next time. So it did benefit me. Right.
100%. Dude, I was thinking about this recently, bro. I did this post where I was like, and it went like a little viral where I was like, hey, like, basically, like, no young people are getting married. They don't want to be in relationships. They say there's like no good woman out there, that like the stats are against them and everything. And like, my post was just like I met my wife when I was young before I had like any of the social media. And my post is like, if you can find like a good woman out there, I know it's hard to find, guys. If you can find one when you're young, like you shouldn't just like give that up to like, just like be in like hookup culture and like find the next like best thing. Like if you build something with somebody when you're younger, it actually feels amazing. And like my wife, met me when I worked at Papa John's delivering pizzas, bro. Like, and now we've built all this together and it's like, it's a beautiful thing. And I feel like a lot of the young generation in like the comment section there, like people are just like, no, you don't get it. The stats are this, the stats are that. And I'm like, bro, like if you just live your life based on like what the stats are, like you're like the stats that you're going to be successful, the stats that you're going to be even happy are cooked against you. And if you like look at that info and you just give the fuck up. Like, I don't know. I don't have like respect for that at all.
Yeah.
And like people in this kind of community we're talking about will look at somebody like you and what you just said and they'll go, no, you can't relate to me because you are successful, Brad. Look at you right now. Look at where you are right now. And just like they'll write off your opinion because of where you are right now. When it's like,
But
what the fuck were the odds of you creating all this?
Well,
What
that's-
point
well,
zero
that's
zero zero
also-
zero one? Like it's not even like a.
But even to look at where someone is right now and go, you don't get me, is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my
It is.
life. Because that's my entire life amounted to this.
Mhm.
Like I didn't just wake up one day, here I am, I'm this guy, and I have all this. Like I went through everything that I went through to actually be here.
Yeah.
Like, I think I spent my whole entire childhood wondering if I was like good enough to like why I didn't have a father, why did he kill himself, why did he kill himself, why does that kid have a dad, and why does he get to watch his son go across the stage and my dad's not here? Like I spent my whole childhood obsessing about death, like because my dad took his life when I was 6, thinking like, what's the point of life? And am I gonna die? How am I gonna die? Why am I here?
Yeah.
Obsessing over this. It's like, of course you don't see that because I don't talk about it every single time. I've talked about it countless times,
Yeah.
a good number of times on the internet, but yeah, of course someone's gonna see something that I say or something that you say and be like, yeah, of course you don't get it because you have it now. I've seen this on Twitter. I've seen this in the comments. Like I even had a dude at one point, I've told this story before, on Twitter, someone was like, yo, you got to message this guy because he was talking about like offing himself. And I hit him up on Twitter and I was like, yo, hit me up. And he's like, you don't get it. Your life's great. And I'm like, bro, like that's only what you see. And like, ironically enough, this guy was going to take his life. Years later, came to my gym, told me he didn't take his life. I guess he was going to take a bunch of pills. He hits me up like every year saying like Merry Christmas because he has a daughter now and his life is better and he has a good job. And he was the same person who was like, yeah, you know, your life's great, you.
100%.
And he didn't see, because you don't see it. You don't, and it makes sense because those people who leave those comments and those people who speak like that, they only are seeing everyone else's sort of success and they're just comparing it to their own, like where they're at. And they're mad and they're angry.
100%. And you're saying like, bro, when I started seeing like some of your content, it's so funny these algorithms work. Sometimes algorithms can be beneficial, bro. Like my dad passed away when I was older, when I was 27, and it was just brutal. Like it like almost like broke me, or like I got a window into like, oh, I can see how this can break me. Like so many days just driving to the hospital, like seeing he struggled with alcoholism, so like I would bring him to like the hospital, he would like detox from alcohol. And it like I could totally see how I'm like I could leave here right now and just like really kind of fuck my life up, like self-sabotage. And I actually started getting a lot of your content talking about your dad, probably because I'm looking stuff up about my dad. And you know, it's a different situation, but a lot of the stuff you talked about was really beneficial. Like really beneficial, bro. Like that's why I told you that. Like when I first met you, I was like, bro, like thank you for speaking about that stuff. And the point of the matter is, bro, it's like, especially this young generation, bro, like I empathize with them, and that's why I like doing a lot of content with them. Like I get like it's hard, but like that's the point. That's literally the point. None of this is going to be easy. Getting girls and feeling like you look good is never going to be easy. It doesn't happen for anybody. Having success and like, yes, the economy is so there's no jobs. Like it's always going to be that way. It's never going to be easy. And like you see all these kids just, you know, even Clav, bro, he says all these stats. Like, don't you know that, like, you know, whatever it is, like 90% of women date 20% of men and this. And it's like, all right, then be in the other percent. Like, if something's not impossible, like, I just view it as like, you know, you should get after it and do it. And like, I don't know, man. I'm super passionate about that. And like,
yeah, well, it's the internet. I would just point blank period. It's social media. It's the comparison of someone else's life based on your, and then you look at your life. Like that's what is causing like not the stats and not like these numbers, but that's what's causing the upset and the uproar and the anger is that, you know, every day you go on your phone and see like, oh, this streamer, his life is so easy. He makes all this money, or this 20-year-old or this 19-year-old made all this crypto money, and you see all this people and they got, this guy has a Lambo and I'm 19 and I live here with my mom or whatever. Like that's what's happening on a mass scale. So then you have this like perception of what life and what you think it should be. And it's not your life.
Yeah.
And so you're mad. And then you highlight all the stats and the things and you go, oh, this is why I don't have this, is because of those numbers. And yeah, at the end of the day, like you said, and like I think we all really do know truly, is that it's not supposed to be easy. It's not going to be easy. This is in life. The point is to deal with. The point is to have pain and to go through it, because you wouldn't have anything good. You wouldn't appreciate the good. Nothing would feel good if you didn't know what it was like to be.
100%.
And so everything I have in my life is because my life was it was terrible at one point. Like I've thoughts of suicide. I'm like, what's the point of life? Like I've gone through all of these different things in my life, and like my life's amazing now. But I still, even now, have moments where I'm like, I told you, where I was like trying to keep it good, and I still have moments where I'm down. I still have moments
because
where I'm
that's what being a human being is. So like
Right.
we are not wired biologically for pure happiness. People always say that, dude, like in 2026, I just want to be happy. What do you really mean by that? Because none of us are going to be happy all the time. You would be a mentally insane person. Your brain doesn't have that in you. Like we come from brutal ancestry. We literally come from hunter-gatherers. Homo sapiens were hunter-gatherers most of the time. We've been 99.9% of the time we've been here. And we have that same biological reward mechanism. So you shouldn't chase happiness. You should chase like being content and of course being happy. But like when I have moments where I'm sad or I'm stressed or something's going on, I try to find the background like peace in that. And that like, damn, like I am sad right now. Like I'm having like this, but like you find like the love of like all the emotions of life. Like that's really what makes life worth living. And so many people, bro, I just want to be happy. I'm chasing happiness. Like for sure, I get it, but you should chase like, I don't know, real, which is just like being able to experience everything in life. Like that, it's more like a contentness and peace that you want versus I want to be happy all the time. Like, oh, it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
well, happiness all the time isn't realistic. I think it's also like chasing something that you feel like you could actually, not that you feel like you could actually succeed at, but chasing something that you have genuine care of.
Yeah.
And I think nowadays it's hard because, like I said, just because I'm telling you, I keep going back to the internet, but it's just way easier for people. And this even back then, like when we were younger, it was like reality TV and like
hmm
people's lifestyles. It's just way easier to get wrapped up in the negative side of things. And
100%.
so
Our brains are wired for that.
yeah. And so I think that you got to recognize that first. And it sounds so stupid, but like in the moment, like let's say you get on your phone and you're like mad about something, you see something, it makes you upset or it makes you feel like hopeless or whatever the feeling is. It sounds so like hippie-ish, but you just have to like take a moment and like almost like retrain that whatever that thought that comes out. It's like, man, I don't have this for them.
hmm
You got to like pause it and be like, listen to your inner dialogue and go like, hold on, I can still get this if I wanted it. Like you just
100%.
gotta, it's that f***ing simple
It really
in
is.
that f***ing moment. And you just have to have that same mindset every time. And it's not, like I said, you're not gonna do it every single time. Your girl's gonna piss you off. You're gonna be mad. You're gonna say something you didn't want to say. But like you have to stop and go, okay, hold on a second. How do I really want this to be? Not just like, what's my perception of someone else's life or my perception of this like perceived problem. And you got to like retrain it. You got to
hmm
reframe it. And
Yeah.
I think that one little like thing, if you could just do that consistently day in, day out, it more than not. And even sometimes not even necessarily more than not, just like a few times and just start to build that habit. That's how you really like overcome anything.
Yeah.
And people, they don't train that muscle in their brain. They just go, fuck you, this happened. My life's like this. That's it. Sometimes they'll have a little pushback, be like, nah, maybe they have a little more testosterone because they've been working out and they're like, "Fuck it, I'm going to get it." But you just need to have that sort of mindset in you, no matter where you're at in your life.
100%.
And I just wish more people understood that.
100%, man. And I think a lot of it's actually bleeding into like a lot of young people don't have confidence in the United States of America and they kind of don't like America. And it also coincides with this belief of hating all rich people. I like, dude, I mean, I'll admit I fell into this when I was like 18 years old. We went to like a protest in Berkeley one time. I'm like, like eat the rich and everything. What the problem with this is like, the reality is like I wanted to make money, I wanted to be successful, and I viewed it as something that was so difficult to do and unattainable that my brain went to like, well, I hate all these people. We should, like they're bad. And then like later in life when I started to, I don't know, get more wisdom and like more dialed in, I went, oh wait, I can just achieve a lot of these things. And there's a big like thing going on in the United States now where a lot of the young generation, they're not like financially participating in the United States. They don't own stocks, they don't own real estate, they don't own anything. So then they go to sort of hating like the United States and the very values that it stands for. I think it's super dangerous. I think it's a really like dangerous ideology to have. And there's more and more of it lately. And it's kind of, I don't even have a solution for it or like, anything like it's kind of scary.
Yeah, this is a good, I mean, dude, I could talk about this for hours, but I mean, we just got to get rid of, it's almost like if we could just get rid of every single politician and just like start over.
Oh, for sure.
But then my problem when I even think of that solution is just like, and then let's say we got all these, let's say there was theoretically, let's say there's 5,000 politicians. You got rid of every single one of them and then you put 5,000 more in. There's just this human nature thing that is going to happen where
they want
it's
money and
almost
power.
like becomes the same thing just in what time.
100%.
It's almost like maybe we need some sort of like thing that is going to stop it, which based on the Constitution should be the people, right? But we, the people, have become so helpless to this like structure that I guess people don't really understand that or recognize that at this point, where they just feel hopeless because like there's been no winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just need like a complete reset of like what this is. And
Dude, people need to be stoked to be American again. And like, or they need to actually realize like how great this country is. And like, whenever I talk about this, people will still say in the comments like, no, like there's a little country in Europe that functions better. And I've done posts being like, let's look at the top 15 countries. Can you pull this up actually? Can you look up top 15 countries by population? Okay, so when you look at these countries, because people always bring up some obscure little country and be like, oh, well, this one functions better. We need to like talk in reality and look at the actual population numbers because it's a different thing managing, 330 million people versus 4 million people. Like some of these countries have less people than like some of our states. Where else would you want to live out of this list? Do you want to live in India and raise a family? No.
No, not really. No.
I love Indians. Love my Indians. I'm not. No, I'm good. China.
Hold on, I gotta address India real quick.
Please do. Please. This is. I'll wait. Yeah.
So this is a personal grievance, but someone in India completely ripped off my gym franchise, and it's called Zoo Culture Gym in India, and it kind of ripped off the logo as well. So whoever owns that gym, you.
Okay, I can find them.
Scumbag.
So I am half Indian. My mom was born in India.
Okay.
A lot of people don't believe that, but it's true. I filmed content with her and my grandma. She was born in India.
Look, Google, click
so
another
I'm
tab.
gonna find them.
Open another tab. I want you to see this with your own eyes.
Dude, that's
Type
so
in Zoo
funny.
Culture India. Zoo Culture Gym India. Zoom in on that.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. Hey.
Look at this. I opened the gym. Someone in India was like, I'm going to steal this guy's brand entirely.
So funny.
Him.
Yeah.
You mother.
Guadam.
Yeah. Go.
Well,
No. That's just who posted it. Click out. We're going to see the address. Go to the address. The address is, Panchkula, Haryana, India.
Panchkula, Haryana, India.
Thank you.
And I can do that because my mom's Indian. Guys, it's not racist. Okay.
Yeah.
You can be racist against
That
your own
mother.
people.
Whoever the
That's
f- opened
up.
that gym, you.
Hey, 4.7 rating, Albert. Maybe we'll go there.
How he got a better rating than me?
It's hilarious.
It's because I got all the haters, bro.
Yeah, you got all the haters. Yeah.
Oh,
we
God.
like-
Okay, sorry.
So,
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, like you look at this list of countries, bro. There's nowhere in the top 15 that you would rather live and raise a family and work and start a gym. There's nowhere. Nigeria, no. Bangladesh, no. Philippines cool, but no. Egypt, oof, yeah, a lot of issues going on there. There's none. Okay, so the United States is the best place, and I feel like people. I get we have a lot of we need to work on here, but like for young people, just like not being proud to be an American or constantly talking about all the issues we have here, it's like. Bro, we have issues in the United States, but at least we can talk about it. Go talk about the issues politically in China. What will happen to you?
Yeah.
You'll go missing, bro. Like,
But the sad part. I agree with you. The sad part about it seems like America is part of the way it functions is by just division.
yeah.
So
yeah,
part
it kinda
of
does.
the way it functions and what makes America, which is the sad part, I think, is that it is supposed to get everyone to be like almost like this place, even though it's the greatest place.
No, we should like constantly want to improve it. I mean, you saw like the Somali daycare thing. I think that got people just up in an uproar because, you know, they're over here like struggling, like, you know, paycheck to paycheck, and then they see like a lot of their tax money just diverted to these things. It was astonishing even to see people try to defend it in multiple ways. Like I saw a liberal left news organization this morning be like, well, we actually went to 4 out of 6 or to 6 of the daycares and only 2 of them were closed. And they're using that as a defense. Like they're still closed after all this media uproar. Then they're showing footage of the 4 that were open after all this happened. It just looked like, okay, you got like a few Somali kids in here after this whole popped off. And it's frustrating for people because they're spending so much money in the United States. Nobody can buy a house anymore that's young. The average age of buying a home, I think, is like 42 years old, where it used to be like 23.
Yeah.
And so they just don't feel like they're like participating in it. So then they start to think like, well, the United States. And I'm just worried, man, because we have really dumb stuff that's being planned, like this billionaire tax in California, which sounds really cool, right? Like, I get it, bro. I get why people hear this and they go, this sounds great. Yeah, let's take the billionaire's money. But the problem is, this has been done before in places like France, and it doesn't work. Because what happens is when you institute this heavy tax on billionaires, they leave. And so you, like the ones that stay, you can look it up, the actual breakdown, they ended up losing $5 billion. And how much money they lost long-term is immense because these billionaires just went, well, we're not going to live there. And so I get it. Like, yeah, I think billionaires should pay more taxes and stuff and all that. But if you're going to institute a program that actually creates a worse situation for a state like California, then you're dumb. Then you're just harming the people. And people are going to support it because it sounds cool, but it's not going to work.
The thing is, like, it could work. The reason why none of this stuff does work is because the organizations themselves are all broken. Like the government is broken.
Yeah.
Like the way that, you know, how in the last 8 years, the Pentagon has failed at every audit. They've lost billions and billions and billions of dollars. Like, you know, we could talk about the Somali fraud thing, whatever, but it's the whole thing. And then remember, Elon Musk comes in, he does Doge, like, oh, there's all this fraud and all this waste everywhere. And then it just kind of like goes quiet. Nothing happens. It's like, there's no penalties. That's the biggest problem to the people, the literal humans who have been involved in all these fraud things, or, what politician is signing off on the Somali Leering Center, like who's saying yes to this or whatever, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, that's the issue. You're right.
There's no penalties for any of these like misdoings. It's just like, it's very obvious that it's like some either high level CEO or business person or someone in some company is like, yo, bro, like we'll pay you some money. You're like not in this fraud case for the government money to like the Somali cases, but like these giant, organizations that are putting money in politicians' pockets to like pass this or to not look at that or to go over that way. It's so obvious that it's just humans that are just taking advantage of a system to benefit themselves. And it's just happened for so many years and it's stacked and it's so layered. And then there's no consequences ever. 100%. And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Like, so if you go, yeah, just tax the billionaires, it's like, what? So they get more money to just go pay that other guy and that other politician to go fuck up this and that and to go make himself rich. Like,
yeah,
where like it's not so much where we getting the money from. It's like what they've been doing with the money and how it's been organized. Like, I don't understand how the IRS can know exactly if you owe them like $600 or not, but they can't quantify anything properly because they don't give a fuck about anything on that side. They only care about what they're taking from us.
100%.
It's like, you fix the system, you scumbags.
Yeah.
I hate. I love America. I hate our mother government. I hate it.
Yeah, it is, dude. I mean, especially in California, bro. We spent $24 billion on the homeless problem.
Bro, we're building dude, Gavin Newsom gets on the TV like 20 years ago. He's like, we're going to build this train and it's going to go from San Francisco to LA. Yeah. And they got tons of billions of dollars and nothing has happened. He's been talking about that like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why was there money allocated to that this project and it's just gone? Like, there's so many instances of that where it's just like, bro, how much money did you put in your bank account to say we're gonna build this thing? And then that contracting company was like, yo, bro, here, send us the money. We got you. We'll send you some money back here. Like, that's what's happening.
100%.
Like, go yourself so you can own another house in Napa or winery, whatever. It's like, bro, it's so goddamn obvious.
Yeah.
I would love to interview these motherfuckers and say, like, what's happening?
100%, bro.
And they would never say, yeah, bro, I stuffed my pocket with
No.
some more money. Scumbag motherfucker.
Gavin Newsom is the number one guy of rules for thee, not for me. I mean, during COVID, he told everybody to not work. I mean, you know, the zoo culture stuff. Like, I mean, you were like a main thing during it. But I mean, literally, meanwhile, he's had a 3 Michelin star restaurant with his boys. Like, if you can't see through that as an American and you can't see through that dude, then I don't know what to tell you, you know? And like, you know, the amount of money we've spent on the homeless problem is absurd. And it doesn't, my issue is like I have immense like empathy for them, but the systems in place don't work. So I tried to I had a video go viral with a drug addict in SF, and I was like, all right, like let me help this dude, you know. And so we bring him to a rehab. He's like, oh, all right, I'll be down to get clean. I'm currently addicted to fentanyl in the Tenderloin, SF. Drive him to a rehab. I'm like, this isn't easy, bro. There's rehabs every other block in SF. There's so many. Go in there, go, hey, I got this guy who wants to get clean. They go, actually, he needs to be clean to even enter here. I go, but he's a current fentanyl addict. What's going on? That's not going to happen. Everybody on the street here is a fentanyl addict. They're not going to enter this facility clean. It's so hard to detox from it. They go, yeah, well, that's the system we run here. I go, that's weird. Go to the next one. Same thing. Go to the next one. Same thing. I go, oh, this is a scam. These people are sitting here. It's an empty office. There's nobody going in there because it's not serving the actual issue on the streets of the Tenderloin. They're paying themselves $250,000. They do fundraisers. They get government money. It is a joke. Then we go to one that says that they can help them, you know, detox. They go, cool. So there's no beds, but we'll give him a call in 2 weeks. I go, give him a call. He doesn't have a cell phone. They go, oh, he like wrote down some like number here. It was just like a scribbled number. I'm like, so what's going on? You weren't going to reach out to him. They're like, well, we have a team that'll go look